afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Karen at Grace Be Creations, and we are on the last and final fourth part of the series in the Slim Junk Journal creation, and I am so excited to finish this off with you guys today. So, where we last left off was creating the signatures, and we were adding some trim onto the signatures. I pretty much have them all together. I want to add one more, and I'll tell you why. I took out the dark blue. Something about it just didn't sit with me well. I didn't like how it fit in with the rest in here. It stood out like a sore thumb. So I decided I'm going to add this really nice piece of paper. It matches the journal perfectly. I love how it looks. I think it's going to fit in beautifully with this junk journal. So what I want to do is I want to lace the back of this. I'm not going to use the same lace as we used on the last one for our center. This is our center right here. I'm not going to do the same lace. I'm going to use a different kind of lace. Let me see. I can do either a white lace that's the same as the center. This one's an ivory. Let's go back to the center again here. This is an ivory, this one's white, but it's still the same. Or I got this recently, and this is a really pretty lace. Actually, I'm going to use this one. This one's really nice, and it's different than the other one. So let's go ahead and lace this. I am so excited that we're in the final part of this journal so that we can bind it. This has been so cool doing this with you guys. It's definitely been a challenge for me. I was talking to my husband about it last night, and I said to my husband, I'm like, I really have struggled with this journal, doing it on video. I said, because I'm the type of person that has to sit and think and think and think. And there was this one junk journal that I did. It was the one with the window on the front. My husband actually helped me create the window. And I must have changed the look of that journal 10 times. Every time he came downstairs, there was something new. And that's just the way I work. I keep on changing things until I'm happy with it. Well, I can't do that on video. I can, but it would be a really long video, and you guys would probably be like, oh my gosh, how many times is she going to change her mind? So I am definitely stepping out of my comfort zone by doing this journal with you guys. And it's funny because I'll have my journal out on my desk, and I find myself wanting to work on it, but I'm like, nope, I can't touch it because I have to wait until I'm on video, or they're going to notice something was done. So yeah, it's definitely been a challenge, but it's good to step out of your comfort zone once in a while to try something new. And that's a challenge for me. I actually talked to my therapist about it in therapy today. Yes, I am proud to say I am in therapy. I've been in therapy for 15 years with the same therapist. I'm not ashamed of it. Actually, I'm very proud of my journey. I had, I don't want to make this a downer kind of a downer kind of video, but I had a really tough childhood with sexual abuse, and so I've been on a very long journey in my healing, and I've come a long way. I am not the same person I was 15 years ago. I would have never done a video like this 15 years ago. I would have been way too guarded. I have definitely come out of my shell. And I have my therapist to thank for that and all the hard work that we've done. He's amazing. I actually have a blog that I write. It's called findingthegracewithin.com. And I would write about my healing journey and my therapy. Not too many people know about that. I kind of keep it private until now. Because I used to struggle with being in therapy. And now I'm proud to say that I'm on a healing journey, and I'm still on it. Yeah, 15 years is a long time, but you can't rush healing. And it took me a really long time to work with the inner part, the inner child in me, and to overcome those fears and anxiety. And so, anyways, how I got on that topic, I was talking to my therapist today about stepping out of my comfort zone and working with this journal in the moment with you guys, and how different that is for me. And it's so good to do something different. So I just thought I would share that little bit with you guys, and maybe you can relate, maybe not. But if you are in therapy or you want to go to therapy, never be ashamed of it. You're taking care of yourself, and that's the most important thing. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how can you help be with others? How can I be a mom? How can I be a wife if I don't take care of the inner part of me and what makes me me, right? Okay, so I'm very happy that I've done this journal with you guys. All right, so I lined the inner part of this paper. And if you guys ever want to ask me any questions about my blog or about my healing journey, I won't take offense to it. Feel free to message me over on Instagram and private message me. I'd love to talk to you about it. It's awfully brave to get yourself help if you need it. Okay, so I'm going to add this. I think I'm going to add it. Well, I don't want to use it for the center because that's the center. Let me see. I thought we were all set with our signatures, and now I have to find a place for it. Oh, geez. This is, well, I don't know how much smaller this one is. I wonder if I should cut this just a little bit and then put it over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Let's trim this up a little bit on the end. Take about an inch off, and we're gonna add it right on top here, right in the center. We have a little bit sticking out on top, a little bit sticking out on the bottom. And I think we have our signatures. Let's go through it really quick and take a look at what the signature is going to look like, okay? So we have the first page. This is the main page. Then we've got the new one that we just added. Then we have this one. Then we have this wallpaper. I went and added an edge on to that off camera. I'm sorry, I know. Then we get this one. And then we have the tissue. I love how that came out. That is so pretty. We get the small little papers, the book paper. We got this pretty paper. And we've got the lace, we've got the fabric, and in the center. You know what? We're missing something. Where is the doily? Did we not add a doily? No, we added a doily, but where is it? Hold on. Oh my goodness, there's a doily missing. Did we take it out? Or did I just take it out and forget to add it back in? Hold on one second, guys. I'm trying to find it. Okay, I'm gonna go look for it really quick. Okay, I found it. It's right here. Remember the doily? My goodness, this was like one of my favorite parts. I'm glad I found it before we bounded the book. So now we have to find a place for this. Oh yes, it was in front of the tissue paper. Okay, I'm glad I found that. I mean, we could have added it back. We could have added it in easily. We also have to add the closure as well. And that's gonna go. I chose this for the closure. I'm using this piece of lace here with this really pretty lace on top, and I just stitched it on top. So we're gonna use that for the closure. I changed my mind like 10 times on that. I went with blue, I went with lace, I went with blue lace, I went with pink lace, I went with the pink ribbon. I changed my mind 1,000 times, but I thought I would just go with an easy ivory and white lace for the closure. Okay, so the next part that we're gonna do, and this is really important, we're gonna make the binding. Or should I do the closure first? Let's do the closure first so that it doesn't get in the way when doing the, well, no, yeah, we'll do the closure first. Let's just get that part out of the way. So we're going to add this in for the closure. And make sure this lines up. Just right first. Why isn't that going on? Okay. Want to make sure that's in the right spot. I had to stitch it right there because it ripped when trying to put in the last closure. So I might have to stitch it again. We'll see. No worries. We can fix whatever. I'll just end up stitching it over again. So we're going to pull this part in first. We're going to add it like that. Oh my goodness, hold on. Like this. We're going to put this part in like that. Oh no. Hold on, let me take this out. It's because it has a rip on the side. I'm gonna have to stitch that after. I'm gonna have to put a little stitch mark in there. And then this part goes into the hole. So we're going from the top down. Gonna poke it in. And it's gonna go inside here. It's gonna go inside here so that it's not gonna show on the other side. This is one of the hardest parts sometimes, is putting the closure in. Because you're always afraid you're going to rip. the side of your front book, and I've done that before. Okay. Oops. All right, this is the hard part. Okay. Pull this through. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna go stitch this so I can easily do it. I'm gonna go do this off camera. Just so that I don't spend all the time with me fiddling with this, because I want to spend more time on binding. So I'm going to go stitch this part so it holds, and I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I am so glad that I paused that and went and stitched it, because it would have been another 20 minutes, and I wouldn't want to waste all the video just bussing through this, although sometimes it's helpful to watch somebody do something that's stressful to see how you would do it, but it was a mess. So I had to go and stitch this because a hole went into that, and oh my goodness, but it's fixed, and here is the nice lace closure. It is so pretty. Look at how pretty that is. That's going to look so nice when the book is full. 2 pieces of beautiful lace. One is going to be ivory and one's white, to match the white and the ivory. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now we have our book. I should add a little blue piece to match. I should have done that before I did this, but it's all right. Okay, so what you're gonna do, this is really important. We're only doing one signature. Okay, I went and cut a piece of paper, cardstock, 4.5 by 10, which is the exact size of the book. Okay, I'm doing only 3 stitches. I'm doing a 3 stitch, 1 signature, 3 holes. Okay, but it's still really important to make sure that it's centered. And you don't want to go all the way up to the top, because you don't want the holes to end up poking out through the side. So this is what you're going to do to make a 1 signature, okay? You're going to fold this piece of paper in half. You want to make an even line in the center. And then you're going to fold it up. So that your center is your center. Okay? So there's your center of the book. Now you want to make even on the top 2 more holes. So to do that, this is what you do. This is what I do. I'm going to score. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but you can score on the Fiskars cutting. You take a score pen and you measure, and instead of using the cutter to cut, you use one of your score pens to go inside and create a score. I have a scoreboard, but sometimes this is easy. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch. We're going to do a 1/2 inch line on the top to fold up. This is just to make sure that you fold both of them at the right line, top and bottom, so that it's even. I think I got that, yep. And do the same on the other side. I'm doing a 1/2 inch. Probably would be just as easy with a scoreboard, but I had this right next to me when I cut the paper, so. Okay, so you're just gonna fold those up. Fold this up. Okay? And there is your point for the top hole. so that when you lay it in the book evenly at the closure, okay, your holes in the middle, and you're going to have a hole here and a hole there. That way you're not making it too close to the edge. Okay, so now we're going to poke our holes. I really should not be working on this lace. I'm going to take this off. Actually, we can work on the paper. Okay, so now we're going to poke our holes for the book. It's hard because I've got that hardware right here. I didn't think about that. And I'm going to mark it really quick and then create the holes. So our first one's going to be right there in the center. Make sure it's right on the crease. Let's see, hold on. Yep. It's right there. Here's our first hole. Let me get the center. It's easy just doing one signature compared to 5 signatures, which most of my books that I've done were 4 and 5 signatures. And then we've got our top one. All right, so there's our holes, 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do the same for the signatures. This is the fun part, right? Because you have all the layers. This is the hard part, because you want to make sure every piece of paper gets a hole put through it, or you're going to end up losing the paper. And I've done that before. Okay? So you want to make sure we looked through it, we saw all the papers were evenly in there. We should get a hole, in at least one hole in each paper. Make sure you have it lined up exactly like you want it before you put the holes in. The one thing I do see is this one's not lined up right. The new one that we put in. And that's too high. See, you want to make sure before you put the holes in. I don't know why that one's not cooperating with me. All right, let's look at that. Oh my goodness, why isn't that not sticking out of the bottom? We're supposed to have a little bit on the top, a little bit at the bottom. There we go. Okay, now down the center. These should line up. At least I hope it does. With the one I just made on the bottom. I really shouldn't have done that, actually. I should have done them all together. Alright, I'm going to poke the holes in the signatures first, and I'm going to line it up. Make sure it lines up. Yeah, there we go. Sorry if my head's in the way. All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. I think I did that backwards, guys. I don't know what I was thinking. I was supposed to do it all together. You're probably yelling at me through the screen saying, no, no, no. Okay. Yeah, it's actually lining up. Phew. Okay, I got away with it this time. Everybody does their signatures different. I'm just showing you a part of how I do mine. Actually, I don't do them all the time like this. When I do 5 signatures, I do them completely different. Okay, hold on. You guys are probably laughing at me right now, saying, what is she doing? Bear with me. I did not do this right. Do not learn from my example here. You do how you guys do it for the signature. I did this backwards. I should have done them all together so that they already lined up. So I'm finding myself going through the signatures first and then finding the hole. There we go. I got it. Okay. So the holes are made in the book and the signature. So now we're going to bind it. What I usually use is I use wax for my closure, for my book binding. I love wax. I love how it works with your book so well. It makes it close and open so well, and I've never had problems with it. So I have all kinds of different colors. I've got white, I've got tan, I've got blue, brown. What do you guys use for your book closures, for your binding? I'm going to use this big needle here. And we're only doing a 3-stitch, so we don't need too long. Usually you need to go 3 or 4 wide, but we don't need it too wide. I like to leave a little string overhanging to put beads on in the center. Okay, so I'm going to go down through the middle. I'm going down through the center. Okay. Leave your tail. I'm going to go up through the bottom. I forgot how fun this is. Oh my goodness. Lining up the signatures, that's the hardest part. Is lining up those holes. The thing is that there's so many layers, you don't want to get it messed up. How do you guys do your signatures? You're like, not the way you're doing it. I usually do a better job than this with signatures, guys. I've actually become pretty good at it. I think it's just because it's been a while since I've done it. I'm nervous because I know I'm messing up. There we go. You want to make sure you pull it nice and tight. Look on the back to make sure that it's, yep. I'm going to go down to the end. And then we're going to go back up to the middle. I'm off center here. I usually go through and just make sure I'm getting the holes all lined up. these short ones. Okay. I see what happened. Okay, these ones are longer. We have that piece of paper that's longer, that's why. I might have to go up one on this, guys, because it's not reaching all the ones underneath for some reason. I forgot about the longer ones that we have, so I'm going to go up just a little bit so I can hit those ones underneath it. I hope I did this right. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this one. Okay. I was just off a little bit because of the shorter ones underneath. Okay. All right. So I was off just a little bit. I should have gone up. What I should have done is when I made the holes, I should have gone in a little bit knowing that I had shorter signatures. And now we're going to go back up towards the center. I'm going to go through the same hole, through the center, and hopefully it comes right up through the center. Of course not. I'm going to try and go up. You're going to look at the different papers. What you can do is you can flip it over and just see where you're at. I'm almost there. Okay. I am struggling with this. I've never had this type of time putting this in. Okay, go through the center. I just want to make sure I don't. Okay, this one's going through okay. I'm sorry, guys. You can forward this part if it's annoying you. Oh, there we go. There it is. You know what it is? It's because I'm going through a center that I've already gone through, and you don't want to go through the thread. That's the hardest part. Because if you go and strip through the thread, then it's going to come undone. Okay, I'm going to finish this part off camera because I'm really struggling right now and I don't want to mess this up being nervous, so I'll be right back. Okay, oh my goodness, guys, you would not believe the hassle. And the reason why is because there's so many layers in the center of this book that it was coming undone. It was going through the other loop and it just was a mess. And because of all the little tiny, like right here, I'll show you guys, right? The part where you have the little tiny pieces in the center, it was because you had to go through each one without going through the other thread. So, lesson learned, from now on when I do a one signature, I'm going to make 2 holes right in the center so that you don't have to go through the other one. I've done that before and it works better. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but it's done. And it's funny because as I was struggling with it, I'm like, I'm probably just going to leave this whole part out. No. Share your struggle, show your frustration, because you know what? Making a junk journal is not always easy. It's not always easy. It's a hard thing to do. And you know what? I just realized I actually did this wrong. But I'm going to keep it this way because it's still going to hold together fine. What I should have done is I should have gone through the center, up to the top, back down the middle, up through here. No, how did I do that? I should have gone down through the center, up through the top, down through the center, and then back up to the top. No, because then I would have had to go down to the middle again. I don't know. Maybe I did do it right. No, I did it right. Because there's 2 on the outside. Yeah, I did it right. I'm not used to doing 1 signatures. That's what it is. It's just, I'm used to doing 4 and 5. A 5 pamphlet stitch is what I'm used to doing. I love doing the 5 pamphlet stitch. So I'm going to put a double knot in this. And I'm going to leave a tail because I like to have some charms. So I'm probably going to cut it right about there. Alright guys, let's see how this looks. I'm nervous. I am so nervous. Alright, so we have our really pretty closure. We open it up and we have the vintage photo on top. We have a pocket here that we can put another vintage photo in. And this closes. Put that down like that. Then we have the signatures. Beautiful signatures. All these nice layers to decorate. There you go. How do you guys like it? I love this tissue paper. It's probably one of my favorite parts. There you go, guys. We did this together. Well, some of it I went offline, but it's okay, it's okay. It's my first time doing a junk journal with you guys. I'm sure the next one it'll be a little easier. And then we've got our closure. There you go. So there's our junk journal. I say ours because we did it together. Let me know what you guys think. It's not one of my favorites. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's not one of my favorite books, but I enjoyed it. And it's one of those things where I stepped out of my comfort zone and I did something with you guys together. And I think I'm pretty proud of myself for doing this. So I would love to know what you guys think. Thank you so much for taking this journey in this series with me. And my next video will probably be a tutorial little short project, or I'll do another flip through. I think I have one more junk journal to show you guys. But look for a new video in the next couple of days. Have a good day. Bye.